National Electrical Code Section 551.43 addresses the main disconnect switch in recreational vehicles. Specifically, subsection C focuses on the disconnection of power. It states that the main disconnect switch shall disconnect all ungrounded current-carrying conductors of the converter, inverter, or battery bank from the source of supply. However, there is an exception. Where an RV is equipped with a battery charger, the main disconnect switch shall be permitted to disconnect only the branch circuit conductors before the battery charger from the source of supply. This means the battery charger itself may remain connected. The code section doesn't explicitly mention propane systems. The intention of the code is to disconnect all power sources from the RV with a specific exception. That exception is for the generator starter. This is necessary for starting the generator to provide emergency power. There are possible reasons for a manufacturer's design choices. One reason is maintaining propane system operation. The manufacturer may argue that disconnecting power to the propane system could create a safety hazard. This is because the system would not be able to function in emergencies. Another reason is convenience. Keeping the propane system connected allows users to continue using appliances. These include the refrigerator and stove during storage or travel without the generator running. If there are concerns about the safety of the manufacturer's design, discussing these concerns with a qualified RV electrician or the RVI, that's the Recreational Vehicle Industry Association, is recommended. An option is to consider installing a separate disconnect switch for the propane system. This allows for isolating it from the main power source. Be sure to follow all applicable codes and safety regulations when modifying or repairing the RV electrical system. Section 551.43 of the National Electrical Code is relevant for RV electrical systems. It provides requirements for the main disconnect switch. This switch is a critical safety component in RV. It allows users to quickly and easily disconnect electrical power in case of emergencies or when the RV is not in use. The primary requirement of Section 551.43c is that the main disconnect switch must disconnect all ungrounded current-carrying conductors from the power source. This includes conductors from the converter, which converts 120 volts alternating current power to 12 volts direct current power, the inverter, which inverts 12 volts direct current power to 120 volts alternating current power, and the battery bank. This ensures that all major electrical components in the RV can be de-energized by operating the switch. The exception to this rule applies when the RV is equipped with a battery charger. In this case, the main disconnect switch is permitted to disconnect only the branch circuit conductors before the battery charger from the power source. This means that the battery charger itself can remain connected to the power source even when the main disconnect switch is turned off. This is useful for keeping the batteries charged when the RV is stored or not in use. It is important to note that Section 551.43 does not specifically address propane systems in RV. However, it is common practice for RV manufacturers to design their electrical systems so that the propane system remains operational even when the main disconnect switch is turned off. This is because the propane system is often used for essential functions. These include heating, cooking, and refrigeration. These functions may be needed even when the RV is not connected to an external power source. There are several reasons why an RV manufacturer might choose to design their electrical system in this way. Firstly, maintaining propane system operation is a key consideration. Disconnecting power to the propane system could create a safety hazard. This would happen if the system were needed to function in an emergency situation. For example, if the RV were to lose power while parked in a remote location, the propane system would be needed to provide heat and refrigeration. Secondly, it provides convenience for the user. Keeping the propane system connected allows users to continue using appliances. These appliances can include the refrigerator and stove. This can happen during storage or travel without the generator running. This can be particularly useful for maintaining food supplies or preparing meals while on the road. If there are concerns about the safety of an RV electrical system, it is recommended to consult with a qualified RV electrician or the RVIA. They can assess the system and provide recommendations for addressing any potential hazards. It is also possible to install a separate disconnect switch for the propane system. This allows users to isolate it from the main power source when desired. This can provide an added level of safety and control. When modifying or repairing an RV electrical system, it is essential to follow all applicable codes and safety regulations. This includes the National Electrical Code as well as any local or state regulations. Working with a qualified electrician can help ensure that all work is performed safely and in compliance with these regulations. The National Electrical Code is a comprehensive set of standards. It covers the safe installation of electrical wiring and equipment. It is updated every 3 years by the National Fire Protection Association. It is widely adopted by state and local jurisdictions throughout the United States. Section 551 of the NEC specifically addresses electrical systems in recreational vehicles and recreational park trailers. It covers a wide range of topics. These topics include wiring methods, grounding, overcurrent protection, and appliance installation. It is important for RV owners and technicians to be familiar with Section 551. This will ensure that they are able to safely install and maintain their RV electrical systems. In addition to the NEC, the RVI also provides standards and guidelines for RV manufacturers. These standards cover a wide range of topics. These topics include electrical, plumbing, and structural systems. RVI certification is a sign that an RV has been designed and built to meet these standards. RV owners can look for the RVI seal when purchasing a new or used RV. It is important to note that the NEC and RVI standards are not laws. However, they are widely recognized as best practices for RV safety. Many insurance companies and RV parks require compliance with these standards. By following these standards, RV owners can help ensure the safety of themselves and their families. When working on an RV electrical system, it is important to take the following precautions. Firstly, always disconnect the RV from the power source before beginning any work. This includes disconnecting from shore power as well as disconnecting the battery. Secondly, use properly rated tools and equipment. Thirdly, wear appropriate personal protective equipment. This equipment can include safety glasses and gloves. Fourthly, never work on an electrical system when wet or damp. Fifthly, if unsure about any aspect of the electrical system, consult with a qualified electrician. By following these precautions, RV owners can help minimize the risk of electrical shock and other hazards. The main disconnect switch in an RV is typically located near the entrance door. It is usually a single-pole, single-throw switch. It is designed to disconnect all of the 12 volts direct current circuits in the RV. This switch is used to turn off all of the lights, appliances, and other electrical devices in the RV. This helps to conserve battery power when the RV is not in use. Some RV may also have a separate disconnect switch for the 120 volts alternating current circuits. This switch is used to disconnect the RV from shore power. It is typically located near the shore power inlet. When the main disconnect switch is turned off, the RV will still have power to the generator starter. This is because the generator starter is wired directly to the battery. This allows the generator to be started even when the main disconnect switch is turned off. The generator can then be used to provide power to the RV. If the RV has a propane system, it is important to understand how the propane system is connected to the electrical system. In most cases, the propane system will be connected to the 12 volts direct current system. This is because the propane system uses a 12 volts direct current control valve. This valve is used to turn the propane on and off. If the main disconnect switch is turned off, the propane system will also be turned off. This can be a safety hazard if the RV is being used for heating or cooking. In some cases, the RV manufacturer may have installed a separate disconnect switch for the propane system. This switch can be used to turn off the propane system without turning off the other 12 volts direct current circuit. This can be useful if the RV is being stored for a long period of time. It is important to consult the RV owner's manual to determine how the propane system is connected to the electrical system. If there are any questions, it is best to consult with a qualified RV technician. The National Electrical Code is a complex document. It is important to consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that all electrical work is performed safely and in compliance with the code. The RVI is a trade association. It represents RV manufacturers. The RVI also provides standards and guidelines for RV safety. RV owners can look for the RVI seal when purchasing a new or used RV. It is important to remember that RV electrical systems can be dangerous. It is important to take all necessary precautions when working on an RV electrical system. If there are any questions, it is best to consult with a qualified electrician. The goal is to safely disconnect the power and not cause a hazard to the equipment and the RV.